All right, guys. So today we have a lot of, I don't want to say hard, but we have a lot of work that's going to make us think today. So put on your thinking caps, and here we go.
Is that bad?
No, no, it's not bad at all. It's just work that needs to be done. And um, yeah, so anyway. And it
That
looks
doesn't
like,
sound good.
oh,
I
no,
couldn't remember if there was something else that I needed to do or not.
well, here is where, and hi, Micah. I noticed he just joined.
Hello.
Here's where you can go and look and always know what you should be doing. I'm going to show you. It's all posted in your homeroom. So
Well, it said fill out the form,
yeah,
but
and if you've already done that, then you're fine. So there's a lot of people who haven't done this yet. So if you are one of those people, you need to do that by today. This is Monday. What you need to have done by Monday. And then this is a week from today. So after today, it'll make more sense. Okay?
okay.
All righty. So let's talk a little bit about our enduring understanding for our big project. And Emma had a question. What is an enduring understanding? And that's a really good question, Emma. I just want you guys to be aware that an enduring understanding is something that you're going to remember. It's a concept, basically, you're going to remember 40 years from now. Okay, so remember.
That's a long time.
Yeah, so it's basically something that you're going to remember when you're an adult. So, for instance, let me give you an example so it's easier for you to understand.
I'd be 49.
Exactly.
So would I. I would be 49.
Well, I would be pretty old. Hi, Adam. Here's an example so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. In 40 years, you're not going to really remember that you created a floral design for an Olympics bid for a country. Okay, you're not going to remember that. What you will remember is that authentic scenarios influence creative and critical thinking. So, this authentic scenario that I'm giving you is going to make you think creatively and critically. Okay, so that's really all that you need to remember about that. So, Emma, does that make a little bit more sense about what an enduring
Yeah.
understanding is? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. All right, and then our world class outcomes. So, we're going to be focusing for this performance task on these top two: financial literacy and global awareness. So, if you have completed your form, which a lot of you have, you've already selected which world class outcome you're going to focus on. Um, so let's just look at the two different world class outcomes. The first one, I think today I'm going to read both. I'm going to read the adult language and then I'm going to read our kid language as well. So, our first world class outcome was to select appropriate strategies and tools to develop understanding and increase efficiency, or find the most cost effective and smart solutions to a problem. So, if you chose this world class outcome, do you guys remember which one of the product choices it links to most directly?
I think I know.
Okay.
I think it was number 2.
It was, yes, it was the cost analysis slash budget, right?
Right.
Good. So then our second world class outcome, and if you chose this world class outcome, you're going to be working more on the photo story, is to create meaningful works of art that demonstrate expressive features and cultural perspective. Or basically, your product will represent the culture and country accurately and artistically. Okay.
I
So
chose photo story.
then you would be focusing on this world class outcome, right?
Yep.
Good. And Lucas, I noticed that you put a suggestion for a different type of product. You said a slideshow, right?
Uh huh.
Basically, that is a photo story. So that's
Oh,
the same thing. So, which world class outcome would you be working on, Lucas?
I'd probably be working on the same one.
Yep, the
I
second one. Perfect. So you guys are really catching on to this. That makes me so happy. All right. Okay, so let's scroll down here. Let's see. We've already answered this first question. But now let's talk about those 21st century skills. So, a 21st century skill is a lot like an enduring understanding. It's something that you're going to need um, to be able to do as an adult. Okay. As an adult, you're going to need to be a critical thinker. As an adult, you're going to need to know how to collaborate with people. You're going to have financial literacy. You're going to have to be globally aware as an adult. How will those skills help you succeed?
Mm,
And there's really no right or wrong answer to that, but how can being financially literate and globally aware help you?
It helps you save your money.
Mm-hmm. Right. So saving your money and being financially smart. And Lucas said, like in filmmaking, so you need to be globally aware if you're making a film, right? Of the different cultures and people that you're including in your film. So perfect. You guys are catching on to that. All right. So without further ado, let's take a look at our products. Today, we have some hard work to do. We're going to create our rubric. That's how you're going to be graded on your product. And like I said last week,
Callers on the call.
oh, somebody is joining us. Let's see. Oh, Patrick. Now I'm getting some feedback. I'm going to mute you guys for just a second while Patrick logs in, and then I'll unmute you when it's time for you guys to give some more feedback. Like I promised last week, I'm going to show you some examples, but I want to caution you that these examples are not the end all be all. If you want to do yours a little bit different, I'm okay with that. It does not have to look exactly like these examples that I'm going to show you today. And then I'm going to look at the resource bank with you so that you can basically know where you can go and find more information. Okay? Give me a happy face in the chat if you're with me and ready to explore. Okay, good. All right.
Unmuted.
Pawn d7 to d5.
Okay, Patrick, I went ahead and muted you because I had some background noise from you. So today, if you would use your chat, that would be great for your answers. Okay, so you guys have already kind of seen this product menu. But here it is again. It's just a nice, easy way to be able to refer to your enduring understanding quickly, to look at your essential questions quickly, to look at the world-class outcomes, whichever one of these two that you chose, to look at the 21st century skill that links in with the world-class outcome, and then which product that lends itself to. So those people who chose the photo story, this whole section in, I don't know what color this is, peach or whatever, is basically your section. Okay.
a reddish peach.
A reddish peach. That's right. And then students who chose the cost analysis spreadsheet and design, yours is in the green. Okay. So this is just a nice sheet that kind of summarizes everything that you've already seen. But now, are you guys ready to start thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, Lucas is channeling his brain. This is good. All right, let me make this a little bit bigger so everybody can see it. You guys get to have a say in how you're going to be graded. So you notice what we're looking at here is something called a rubric. So I'm kind of scrolling down to show you that the entire project is going to be worth 20 points. Okay, so if you got all fours, so all the way down this line, or column, I should say, you would get the full amount. Here's the threes, here's the twos, and then of course, none of you want to get a one, but if you did, then this is the column here. Notice that it's blank. Why do you think I've left some of these boxes blank?
To have us fill them in.
Yeah, to have you guys help me fill them in. Perfect. So I've done the fours and the threes for this very first category, which is product accuracy and content. Okay, so are you being accurate with what you're telling me about your country? And is the content, is it meaningful? So let's read what you would need to do to get a four. Do I have a volunteer to read that?
I will.
Okay, go ahead.
So for the first one, accurate in detail while providing a story rich in content and depth to reflect the culture.
Yep. And that's good. I'll add that word to reflect the culture. So it's a rich story. You're telling us about the culture as well as it's kind of like a nice story that you're telling us. And you're reflecting everything accurately. What if you only earned a three? Do I have a volunteer to read that?
I will.
Okay.
Can you make that big, please?
Make it bigger? Okay, yeah. Let's see. That's as big as I can make it.
That's fine. So mostly accurate in detail while providing a story with some content and background on the culture.
Okay, so what did you notice? It said there's some content and it's mostly accurate. Okay. So if you didn't do as well and you only earned a two, what do you think that might look like?
Mediumly accurate.
Yeah, or how about we use the word somewhat accurate in detail? See, I'm just kind of going right on down the line while providing a story.
While providing some story.
A little, yeah, okay. Providing
Number two means it didn't have enough details.
without, very good, without much detail or content. Perfect. And unfortunately, if you didn't
A
do
one
very
would be like just a bit accurate, not
Not
more
at all
than a
accurate.
little.
well, not accurate in detail, little or no background story, maybe.
Nothing practically.
Yeah, it's just basically real bare bones. Okay, you guys did great on this very first one. How do you feel about having a say in how you're going to be graded?
I like it.
Good.
I like it.
I do too.
That's a
I
great
do.
idea.
Yeah, I thought so too. All right, so for grammar, spelling, and mechanics, I actually just filled this one in for you because there's really it's doesn't lend itself to being very creative. Basically, if you're getting a four, you don't make errors in your grammar, spelling, or mechanics. So that one's kind of boring. So let's
Yeah.
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 But
But
we still have to pay attention to it.
exactly. So you still have to pay attention to it because, well, if it's full of errors, then you could have the most beautiful product in the world, but nobody is going to take your bid if they don't think you can spell.
Yeah. If you can't
Yeah.
spell, what's the use in even doing anything with it?
Exactly.
I mean, what's the point of even passing college?
That's right. All right, guys. So those world class outcomes, and all of you have already chosen which world class outcome you're going to be responsible for. I did this four column for you. So let me read what you're going to need to do to earn a four. The most cost effective and smart solution is easily showcased through a meaningful work of art that represents a country fairly and accurately. So to earn maybe just a three, How do you think I can phrase that first sentence?
Mostly,
Okay.
mostly it shows a cost-effective and smart solution, and is somewhat easily, or
Yeah, I like the word somewhat. Is somewhat showcased
through meaningful work of art.
through a. I do like it's still creative, meaningful work of
Represent a certain
art.
product.
So this little section that represents the country fairly and accurately. Sorry, am I muted you for now because there's some background noise? How can I change that to be just a little less? Maybe that represents a country instead of fairly and accurately. It just kind of represents it.
Right.
Okay. All right. And then if you did, and I hate saying this, but if you did a little less, how would I maybe start off the two category?
Um,
You didn't do enough.
Yeah, you didn't do enough. So instead of a cost effective and smart solution, maybe you just came up with a solution.
yeah, and it's not cost-effective or smart.
Exactly. Um, whether, let's see, cost effective is questionable. And the work of art lacks detail, maybe?
Yeah.
Lacks details to represent the country. Okay. So basically, you have your art, your final product there. You have some kind of solution, but maybe it's not the best. And then, if it was really not so good at all, how can I make that? What would I say for that category?
Failed.
Yeah,
How
a little bit.
how about it's just not clear? The solution
Not cool.
is not cool. How about not clear? Um,
The project doesn't have any details.
okay. And the art, and Emma's typing failed into the into the chat. That's funny. All right, the solution is not clear, and the art is not representative of the country's culture. Yeah. So what do you guys think? Does that look how much less basically? It's kind of neat how that works out. The more you do, and the better you do it, well, there's a 4, and then it kind of just dwindles down to a 1. Okay. We don't want a 1. Those 20. No. All right, we only have 2 more categories. Give me a thumbs up if or a happy face in the chat if this is pretty easy. And yes, Adam, it looks like you have a question.
Yes, Miss Bruns. Today I'm not going to be using my mic because my mom is here.
Oh, okay.
She wants to see what we're all about.
Oh, no problem. That's totally fine. All right, so let's look at this this category here, 21st century skills. To represent a 4, students create a product to represent the complexity of another culture, analyze economic choices in a clear and concise manner. Ooh. All right. So if you did a little bit less and you only earned a 3, maybe you didn't represent the complexity of another culture. Maybe you just kind of showed it. So let's write that. Students create a product to represent the complexity. Oops. Yep, I said I wasn't
Of
going
another.
to represent a culture. I don't want to say complexity because maybe you just represented only one part of the culture, like only the people or only the flowers, but maybe you didn't get into much depth about anything else.
And only slightly analyzed economic choices in a clear and concise manner.
Okay. How about we just say they made it instead of analyzed it? Maybe they didn't really think about other options. They just made a decision without looking at others.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Pretty good. And then moving on down the line, let's hear from AJ. How can I start it off, or somebody else who hasn't spoken today? If I'm going to earn only a 2, would my product represent the culture very well?
No.
Okay. All right. So, how can I say that? So, students, or how about we just say the product lacks representation of culture and little or not no economic oops economic analysis was made. Okay, I got to spell today. All right. All right. And then obviously a 1 would be even less, right? So you guys are getting the hang of this, and it really wouldn't be hard for me to just, kind of fill in the 1 categories on my own. Um, Definitely, Patrick. He just asked in the chat if when we're done with this, if he's going to get a copy of the rubric. You most definitely will. And then once you guys have actually started your project and gotten maybe like what a rough draft would look like, we're going to schedule a time where you and I will sit down and look at the rubric and look at what you have so far and give yourself a grade. And then you can make any changes based on the feedback that I give you before you turn in your final project. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to leave this one blank because I could go in and fill in the 1 categories really easily. Let's look at this last category, and that's the 4 C's: creativity, communication, critical thinking, and collaboration. And yes, Grace Elizabeth, she's asking if she can get one too. I'm going to send it to everybody. Don't worry. Everybody will get
Yay!
the rubric, you'll get the project, you'll get everything you need. All right.
Good. Tools of the trade.
Yeah. So to earn a 4, your digital media enhances communication, shows innovative thinking, develops authentic solutions, and works well with classmates and teacher all of the time. So I think to get a 3, I would change that word all to maybe most of the time. What do you think?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, I'm going to turn Emma's microphone back on because it looks like there's no more background noise. Thank you for sending me that message. Okay, and so I'll change that word all to most. You guys are getting the hang of this, of how a rubric kind of works. A 4 is obviously the best, and then you kind of go on down the line. Instead of enhances communication, maybe digital media just shows communication. Shows, how about instead of innovative thinking, some thinking. Develops authentic solutions. I still think that you need to have an authentic solution. And works well with classmates and teacher most of the time. All right. So I'm not going to make you guys sit through 2 more categories. I just really wanted you to get the hang of developing a rubric and what you're going to be graded on. So give me a thumbs up if that all made sense for you. Cool. All right, so don't worry. I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to make it look maybe a little prettier and fill in these last 2 columns for everything else. And then I will be sending that out probably later today. Okay, the moment you guys have been waiting for. Do you want to see some examples?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys know that you're going to be creating a either photo story or a cost analysis final design type of report for your floral design for the country that you chose. And you can see down here which countries you've been assigned to. So like Adam, he's going to do a photo story on Japan. Lucas, you got the country of Mexico, and so on down the line. Tristan, I put you can choose either one of those because they are so different, and I thought they would both be really interesting.
Yeah.
So anyway, the designs or the examples, I should say, that I'm about to show you are more of a format example. They're not the same type of thing that you're going to be doing. They're more on the format. So this is the format of a photo story. Okay. So let's look. So they used Google Presentation and they did the country, and it's taken a while to load. Sorry. The country of Brazil.
Who are these people?
They're old.
Who are these people?
Yeah, old students of mine. So
Cool.
instead of facts about the flag, they're obviously going to have facts about a flower and a picture of whatever flower that they chose. Instead of facts on the climate and terrain, likely they're going to have maybe another example of a flower, right? And then, and see how long it is. It just kind of depends on how many flowers you choose to use, how many slides you're going to have. And then let's just pretend that we got to our final design where they put all of them together. Amusement parks. Okay. So
That would be like half an hour later.
yeah, I know. So just pretend this is their final design here, and this is all made out of flowers. Right, right. So along the way, let's just pretend this is about that first flower again. You're going to tell me where you find it within Brazil, what the culture and people are like in that area, and anything else about that particular flower. Okay. So,
Okay.
so that's kind of what a photo story looks like. You're just using Google Presentation. So in your Google Drive, you go to Create, and you would use Presentation. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's look at an example of what a cost analysis sheet might look like. So this would be a picture of your final design. You don't have to have a picture about every single flower that you use and any kind of information about the culture. But what you do need is information about how much each one of them cost, what it might cost to transport those flowers, what it might cost to build those flowers into a display. And then you do need your final design, what the final design would look like. Okay. So, I mean, all of this writing obviously doesn't apply. So for this project, I would go to Create, and I would probably do a document. Okay?
Okay.
Right. So let's see. Patrick, let's see. Do you have a question? Oh, the flower roller coaster. Yeah. Well, I was kind of stretching there. I understand. Um, let's see here. Our resource bank. You guys have helped me create this, believe it or not. Okay.
It shows Micah has left.
Yeah, he probably has somewhere else that he has to be right now, so he'll have to finish watching the recording. So you guys have already read your text. I believe you guys read number 2, right? Just a little background knowledge on what the Olympics is. These 2 videos, I definitely want you to watch them. Here are links to explore. Here's an example, remember, of Japan's final design. Let's just show it again. This is what Japan's final design, whoa, where'd it go? Looked like. And they told us why. Yeah, it was really cool. They told us why they chose those flowers and why they chose that design. Okay? So that will help you if you get stuck and you're just like, I don't really remember what the final product should look like. Here's an example. And what I really like about it is it tells you why. Okay? And then a little bit about being a floral designer. It's taking forever to load, probably because I have 50 tabs open right now. Okay, I'm going to check that link. I don't know if I have the right link there. And then here are just some optional things if you want to explore a little bit more. Some of them really don't have anything to do with the floral design. They're just kind of fun reads about the Olympics. Okay, so let's go back to what we're going to start working on. You're going to start looking at your performance task and the resource bank that I just showed you. Here, they're both linked. I'm going to email this to you, and it's written in your homeroom announcement, so you'll be able to find it easily. You're going to just start planning your presentation. Okay? Now that you know your country, you can start planning. Your final product is not going to be due until February 24th. So it's not going to take you all that long, and you have plenty of time to do it. A week from today, you should probably have like a rough draft. You should have a start, okay, you should have a start on whichever one of these 2 products you're creating. Just depends on which group you're in.
So what we're doing is present. I just want to know if what we're doing is so showing flowers and then showing our floral design for the Olympic Games, right?
Exactly. So just review what your assignment is. You're going to prepare a slideshow containing photographs of the flowers you're going to use in your arrangement. Include with each flower a brief description, including its common and scientific name, where it's located, why you have chosen it to be included, and any other cultural information about the people who inhabit the area where you find that flower. Then the very last slide is your completed design. On the other hand, if you are doing the cost analysis, and I don't think any of you are in this first group, so I'll just save that for the next group. Okay, any questions?
No.
I don't think so. I think you guys are pretty good to go. So about 11 o'clock or so today, check your email. I'll send all this out. It's also obviously linked right here on your agenda. Which
actually, I have one question.
Okay.
I have one question.
Sure.
When are we going to be having the private final drafting for everyone?
Oh, yeah, the private conversation where we look at your product and then go over the rubric and kind of see what your grade you would get.
Mm-hmm.
Do that, I believe, on the 20th, February 20th. I'll have to double check my schedule, but it's like a couple weeks from now.
Is it going to be like a VC, or are we going somewhere?
It'll be a virtual classroom. Yeah, it'll be a VC, and as long as you're comfortable, I might have a couple students at a time come in so that we can kind of give each other feedback, as well as, of course, me giving you feedback. And then you'll have some time to fix it all up before your final day on the 24th.
Okay.
Very cool. All right, my 9:30 group, you're free to go. I'm gonna actually
Bye.
bye. I'm gonna end the recording so I can have two separate videos. So if you're a 10:15er, come back in like 2 minutes.
Bye.
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 Bye, Grace Elizabeth.